So, magandang hapon po. Ako po si Harvey Palay, a fourth year criminology student for Bravo. So this afternoon, I'm going to discuss the Republic Act number 9072, National Caves and Cave Resources Act of 2001. Provides a conservation, management, protection of caves and cave resources as a part of the natural wealth of the country. Prescribe and parameter of the management, protection and conservation of caves and cave resources. Regulates the utilization, collection and removal of cave resources, imposes fines and penalties for violation. RA 9072 Cave, any natural occurring void, cavity, recess or system of interconnected passage beneath the surface of the earth within or cliff, ledge, and which is large enough to permit an individual to enter, which or not the entrance located either the private or public land, is naturally formed or man-made. It shall include any natural pit, sinkhole, or other features which is extension of the entrance. The term also include cave resources therein but any vag, mine tunnel, a deduct, or other man-made excavation. And the cave resources includes any material or substance occurring naturally in caves such as animal life, plant life, including paleontological and archaeological deposits, cultural artifacts and products of human activities, sediments, minerals, speleogens, and speleothems. So, we're going to discuss the Republic Act number 9072. An act to manage and protect caves and cave resources and for other purposes be enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the Philippines Congress assembled. So, here's the section 1. Title, the act shall be known as the National Caves and Cave Resources Management and Protection Act. So here's the section 2, the declaration policy. It is hereby declared the policy of the state conserve, protect and manage cave and cave resources as a part of the country's natural wealth toward this end. The state shall strengthen cooperative and exchange of information between governmental authorities and people who utilize caves and cave resources for scientific, educational, recreational, tourism, and other purposes. So here's the section 3, definition of terms. For purposes of this act, the following terms shall be defined as follow. Cave means any occurring void, cavity, recess, or system interconnected passage beneath the surface of the earth within cliff ledge. So nabanggit na natin yan kanina. And cave resources, ganun din. So here's the secretary, means the secretary of the Department of the Environment and Natural Resources, which is ito yung DNR. Speleogems means refers to features of the walls, ceilings, and floors of any cave or lava tube, which are part of the surrounding bedrock, including but not limited to astronoses, scallops, menders, niches, petromorphs, and rocks, pendants, in solution caves and similar features unique to volcanic caves. Yung naman, speleothem means any natural mineral formation or deposits according to the cave or lava tube, including but not limited any stalactite, stalagmite, hillsides, cave, flowers, flowstone, concretion, drapery, limestone, or formation of clay or mud. Significant cave refers to a cave which contains material or possesses features that have archaeological, cultural, ecological, historical, or scientific value as determined by the DNR coordination within the scientific community of the Academy. So here's the section 4, implementing agency The DENR shall be lead the agency tasked to implement the provision of the act coordination within the Department of the Tourism ODA, DOT. The National Museum, the National Historical Institute, and concerned local government unit or the LGUs for specific caves, except that the province of Palawan and the Palawan Council of Sustainable Development shall be lead implementing the agency pursuant in the Republic Act number 7611 or 7611 or the Strategic Environmental Plan for Palawan Act. There are many caves here in Palawan, so meron dito sa Quezon kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Palawan of the Section 5, Powers and Function of Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or mas kilala natin sa tawag na DENR. And the implementation of this act, the DENR shall exercise the following powers and function. So there are those function of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Isa na dito ang pag-develop and implement the national program for the management, protection, and conservation of caves and caves resources. And the second naman is to disseminate information and conduct educational campaign on the needs to conserve, protect, and manage for the cave and resources para naman mapangalagaan natin yung cave tsaka hindi ma-avoid yung pagka-destroyed ng mga rock formation or etc. doon sa loob or sa labas ng nasabing cave. Issues permits to the collection of removal of gano and other cave resources which shall be determined in coordination with the DOT. National Museum conserve the LGUs in the scientific community. So ito pala, bago sila makakuha yung mga museum na i-intact nila doon sa loob ng museum, kailangan pa rin nila kumuha ng permit. Hindi basta-basta lamang nakukuha sila doon na walang permiso na manggagaling doon sa DOT. Nasaan na ako? With regard to the specific caves, taking into consideration biodiversity as well as the aesthetic and archaeological value of the cave provides the permittee shall requires the post abandon to ensure compliance with the provision of any permit provided further that any permit issue under ganun din sinabi ko kanina, pinahaba. Call of the local government unit, bureau agency, state, university, or college and other instrumentalities of the government for assistance as the need arises in the discharge of the functions. And sunod naman yung enter into a memorandum of agreement with the local government unit or the LGs for the preservation, development, and management of caves located in their respective territorial jurisdiction. Okay. Tap the cooperation of the people and non-governmental organization or yung sinasabing yung NGO. As active patterns is the conservation and protection of our caves and cave resources, and exercise other power, performs other function is necessary to implement the provision. Yun ang pinapaikot dito sa section 5 na papalabi yung powers and function. So sinasabi doon na halimbawa na lang kukuha yung museum ng yung i-display doon sa loob, halimbawa mga rocks, mga stone, bone, etc. Kailangan pa nilang kumuha ng permit. Yun naman pinapatupad doon ng DENR. So kailangan nilang kumuha doon before nila matake or makuha nila doon yung mga bagay-bagay na yan. So proceed na tayo dito sa information concerning the natural and location of significant caves. Information concerning the nature and specific location in the potential significant cave shall not be made available to the public within 1 year after its discovery by the DENR. During the time the DENR, in coordination with the DOT, the National Museum, and the National Historical Institute concerned the LGUs and the scientific community and academy shall assist in the archaeological, cultural, ecological, historical, and scientific value unless a written request is made and the Secretary determine the disclose of such information will further and purpose of this act and will not create the substantial risk of harm, thief, or destroy on such cave. The written request shall contains, among others, the following. As a description of the geographic site for which information, the information is sought, the explanation and purpose for which the information is sought, an assurance undertaking satisfactory to the Secretary that adequate measures are to be taken to protect and confidential such information and to ensure the protection of the cave from destruction by the vandalism and unauthorized na paggamit. So, proceed tayo sa Section 7, the prohibited acts. The following shall be considered prohibited acts: knowingly destroyed, disturbing, defacing, mirroring, altering, moving, and harming the speleogems and any cave, or altering the free movement of any animal, plant into or out of the cave authority, any cave resources, and counseling, procuring, soliciting, and employing any other person to violate the provision section. So, dito tayo sa Section 8. Ito naman yung mga penalties nila. Yung mga penalties na possible violator sa mga nasabi kanina natin na prohibited or mga pinagbabawal. So, any person found guilty of any of the offense enumerated under Section 7, nasabi natin kanina doon sa Section 7, ay maaaring mapanis na imprisonment from 2 years hanggang 6 na taon at pwede magbayad ng 20,000 pesos hanggang sa kalahating milyon, or both, and discretion of the court provided that the person punishing the capital accomplishment the act punishable therein shall be punished imprisonment for 6 years and 1 day to 8 years and by fine ranging ng 500 pesos hanggang sa 1 milyon, no? Laki naman nun, inaabot ng 1 milyon pala yung pag-violate ng ganun lang na yung nabanggit natin kanina. So, yung administrative confiscation and conveyance, the Secretary shall order the confiscation in favor of the government of the cave resources gathered, collected, and removed, possessed, or sold, including the conveyance and equipment used in the violation of Section 7. So, papasok na tayo dito sa Section 9. Administrative confiscation and conveyance. The Secretary shall order the confiscation in favor of the government on the cave gathered, collected, removed, possessed, sold, o yung mga nabenta nga, pwede pala yung i-confiscate. Yung fees, any money collected by the DNR, permit fees for collection and the removal of cave resources as result of the forfeiture of a bond or other security by a permittee who do not comply with the requirements of such permit which is under this act or by way of fine for violation of the act shall be remitted to the National Treasury. Yung ipapasok sa National Treasury yung mga na-confiscate ng DNR, ng mga bayad regarding dun sa halimbawa nag-violate. So, yung penalties noon, halimbawa magbabayad, dun ipapasok sa National Treasury. So, sa Section 11 naman, implementing rules and regulation, siyempre yung pa rin, DNR pa rin yung bida dito eh. Within 6 months from the effectivity of this act, issue rules and regulations wala na ako. Regulations necessary to implement the provision thereof. So, dito naman sa Section 12, appropriation, the amount necessary to carry out the provision of this act shall be included in the General Appropriation Act. The following is enacted into law and thereafter. So, ano pa yung pinakamahalaga dito? Ay, lockdown na lang natin to. Yung pinakamahalaga isa sa mga mahalaga dito yung section 15, yung effectivity. This shall take effect within 15 days following in publication into national newspaper and general circulation. Ibig sabihin pala, hindi halimbawa na approve ngayon yung batas na to or yung law or mga regulations na approve, hindi agad mag-effect ito kinabukasan, which is inabot pa ito ng 15 days bago yung effectivity ng nasabing batas na ito. So yun lamang po, maraming salamat. I'm Harvey Palay again. Ingat. God bless bawat isa.